Mr. Speaker, before I close, it's essential that I say a few words to Killarney, and I only have 11 minutes, and I intend to use my entire 2 hours.
We know that.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, I say to Killarney that I have tried to be as accountable as possible to the constituents as their employee and they being my employer. Soon, I'll be applying again for a job, and God's willing, I won't become on the unemployment line. I'll be employed again. But what we've done, Mr. Speaker, I won't go into all the programs, but while campaigning the last election, I said to Killarney that it would be humanly impossible for me to visit every home every week. It's humanly impossible. But what I will do, I will introduce a system where I will be in your house every day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I will introduce a system so that you will be my eyes on the ground, so that if there's a problem in your community, you communicate to me, and I will communicate with the relevant agency and have that corrected. I will introduce a system, which is a form of technological local government, so that your problems will be addressed immediately. I will introduce a system where I will be in your face every day. Every morning you wake up, I will be the first person you see via technology. Teleminutes. Teleminutes. So, Mr. Speaker, within Killarney, we have an adequate email system where those individuals who are not on the email list can forward their email addresses and they can receive communication as what exactly is happening within the country. What opportunities are there? If there are scholarships available, whatever they need to know, if they're having problems within their community, they can relay that information to us. We have introduced tele-notification so that on given days they would hear a voice from Killarney, and on certain days they hear the voice of Minutes, my voice. We have introduced text messages so that Killarney, once we have your phone numbers, you again can receive the relevant information. But, Mr. Speaker, what I want to say is we want to take it even further. We are introducing in Killarney this time, for the first time, your plan, where the Killarney residents would say what they want to see happen in their community. It's their plan, your plan. And therefore, they would be able to judge me at the end of any 5-year term and make a determination as to whether or not I am doing what I'm supposed to do, whether I am an excellent employee. And if I'm not, it is their right then to fire me, dismiss me, and get a better employee. Your plan. During our walkabouts, Mr. Speaker, time is running out. During our walkabouts, we have heard the environmental concerns, but I won't enumerate them here. That would be in your plan, Killarney's plan. But we've been given $50,000 that will be used as constituency allowance. And what we will do, Mr. Speaker, in Killarney is successful in that Killarney has been broken into 5 different homeowners associations. And with that $50,000, we would introduce CCTV within the Killarney community so that we would know exactly what is happening. Now, that may not be sufficient if we introduce an entire Killarney, but I will hold meeting with the various different homeowners associations so that they can make determination as to which areas need it most. And they can make determination as to whether we try to do the entire Killarney where every association would be given a subsidy and we'd ask that individuals infuse a little. Or, if that is not adequate, we can make determination that Highland Park or Westwood Villa or Southwest Ridge or Dignity or Rock Crusher or Oaks Field We can make determination as to which area is the hot spot and therefore infuse the CCTV within that area so as to make that area safe. And the others come on segmentally. But that would be decisions by our constituents. That would be their decision. And Mr. Speaker, can you imagine if that was to expand to other constituencies? That would free up the human resources of the police force so that the police can now concentrate on the hot spots rather than on the low spots. Mr. Speaker, we'd be doing a great job for security. That's where we're going, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, we have always done medical screening, but just recently we've expanded our medical screening so that we can detect individuals who may have chronic non-communicable diseases or developing it like hypertension. And therefore, the first Sunday of every month, Killarney conducts a health screening program where individuals have their blood pressure, cholesterol, sugar tested, and they're given give me my card. So they're given a Killarney health card, and on the back of this card, the date they were seen, the blood pressure, the glucose, and the cholesterol, so that if any deranged lab results, they can be referred to the appropriate authority. But Mr. Speaker, I've only got a few more minutes, and therefore I would have to leave Killarney at this particular time. But the only thing I want to say is that we would have a health program, we would have a security program, we would have an educational program where individuals, we would adopt a school, and I would expand on that within the community. They will know about that. But I want to, at this time, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the member for St. Cecilia, who has written a book. And Mr. Speaker, what I'm most impressed about is the member came up through humble beginnings and was able to write her book. And I think it's essential that all Bahamians read this book. Now, I have a liking for the member, because she lived across the street from me in the Grove. We live across the street from each other. I was just across the street at Exuma Street. But at the same time, this shows where she came from humble beginnings. And I think it's essential that the Bahamian public recognize and realize that you can come from humble beginnings. Remain as you are. Remain true to the people. You remember the people. You remember the people first. And you can become a prime minister. Or you can become a deputy prime minister. Both from humble beginnings. Now, Mr. Speaker, my last...
You ain't gonna say it for code, why you can say it for...
No, I don't have another hour. Mr. Speaker, in my last few minutes, the member for Angleton had asked me about Physicians Alliance. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that when the opposition was government, the opposition, your government, sent for the same documents that you are asking. Those documents were sent. It's unfortunate that you were not within the clique so that they could have told you that they had it. But I will lay it again on the table so that this time you will have it. But if you asked your leader, he would have told you he had it. You also asked about the financial statement. I will lay on the table the 205 statement. I will lay the 206, your time. I will lay the 207, you and my time. And I will lay the 208. Mr. Speaker, I want to lay these documents for the member. They have it already, but they didn't show up. I ain't signed it yet. I got 2 more minutes. Let me sign that afterward. Mr. Speaker, the member also said that the World Health Organization ranking of the World Health System, Bahamas was ranked 94. What she didn't say, and let me read it. What she didn't say was that this report was from 2000. The World Health Organization ranking the world's health system was last produced in 2000, and the World Health Organization no longer, I repeat, no, absolutely. So your information was totally irrelevant at this particular time. So, the Speaker, she asked one more question. You asked one more question. I have 1 more minute. I have 1 more minute.
2011.
She asked about Ibercor. About Ibercor being approved to do business here in the Bahamas. As physician, the Ministry of Health had no problem with the program. It was an anti-drug program. Bahamians were involved. National Economic Council stated that the approval would be based on the conditions and approval by the Medical Council, the Health Facilities Council, and the Ministry of Health haven't done their due diligence. So that has not been completed. The particular doctor that you were talking about and the member for West End at one particular time had accused my professional physician in the Medical Council, not you, don't look, I said it, West End. 2 seconds. Mr. Speaker, Killarney supports this budget. Girl, I heavy. No, I apologize. No, I was wrong. What's today's date? No, I do apologize.
I can't wait till the state.
Order that the documents be brought up. Order that the documents do lie on the table. As many. The chair recognizes the honourable member for St. Cecilia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.